welcome back to another broadcast from the Sports Block. We're live here at Middle Creek High School for this matchup between the Fuquay Bengals and your Middle Creek Mustangs. And Middle Creek's coming into this game 8-6 and 3-5 in conference, and Fuquay is coming in 1-12 and 1-7 in the conference, and that only win is coming off a win from Lee County. I'm Kevin Brunson. I'll be doing play-by-play tonight. I'm joined here with Mike Calderaldi doing color.
How you doing? And we got Sydney Smith for the Mustangs, leading scorer, and Betsy Dora, who is out with a concussion tonight. And we got Lawrence Zara out. And
MCL, yeah,
MCL injury.
Strain. You know, those are two big injuries for the Mustangs. Both the girls run point guard, so they're going to have to bring in some bench players to fulfill that duty tonight. Let's see, so let's get some starters for the Mustangs. We got Courtney Latham, who is going to run point. Sydney Smith down low. Vanessa Pitts down low. Kimmy Pittman will be running. Kimmy Pittman is in for Sydney Smith, my correction, and Mary Johnston will be starting for the Mustangs, along with Jessica McCoy. As we await this jump ball here to get started, the tip is won by Middle Creek. Courtney Latham brings it up the court. Long pass to Mary Johnston. Courtney Latham sets up the offense. Big three by Mary Johnson, and it's good. Nothing but net, giving the Mustangs an early 3-0 lead. And on the drive, number 23, Carissa Johnson is fouled by number 40, Vanessa Pitts, her first of the game.
And last game had Mary Johnson fouled out, and it's critical to watch your fouls because you're in trouble. You know, you lose a player, and it's not good to lose a starter, especially when she's starting tonight.
Absolutely, and first shot by Johnson is good, cutting the lead to 2. So we await her second shot. It's up and good as well. 3-2 Mustangs here with 7:30 to go. Fuquay running a full court press. Middle Creek breaks it easily with a dump down low, and Kimmy Pittman can't handle the pass as it was tipped by a Fuquay defender. Goes out of bounds, and Fuquay gets the ball back. Camille Baker running the point for the Bengals. Dumps down low, and the pass is deflected by number 40, Vanessa Pitts. The ball will stay with the Bengals. Yeah, you talk about fouls, you know, they really have to limit those. The Mustangs really have to limit the fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a 3 by the leading scorer for the Bengals, Camille Baker, giving the Bengals a 5-3 lead. Mary Johnson hands it to Courtney Latham and set up the offense. Fuquay in a 1-3-1 defense. Looking for somebody to pass to. Courtney Latham gets it on the wing to the corner to Kimmy Pittman, down low in the post to Pitts. Looking for a foul, puts it up, and it's good. Good post move by Vanessa Pitts, coming off a 12-point scoring game last week against Apex, but unfortunately the Mustangs couldn't pull out the win.
You know, it's interesting that their Middle Creek isn't starting Sydney Smith, their top scorer, you know, for the season right now.
Yeah, you know, maybe Petty's giving her a rest and gonna put her in when the time's right.
Yeah, so she can really, you know, shut them down.
Absolutely. We got Johnson giving it to Baker, who takes a 3, and it's good. She's 2 for 2 from the arc. You know, Baker's coming into this game averaging 14 points a game. So the Mustangs really need to figure out how to stop her. And that fast break, scoring run scored by number 11, Courtney Latham, on an easy bucket assist from Mary Johnson. Effective double team put on. And turnover by the Bengals. You know, turnovers for both teams have to be limited also. When it comes down to the long run, that's what's going to set the toll for this game.
Yeah, you want to come up on top and not, cause any turnovers so it doesn't look weaker on the other side.
There's an offensive foul called on number 40, Vanessa Pitts, her second. She'll be subbed out. And Sydney Smith comes into the game here. As you said, she's, as of today, the leading scorer for the Mustangs, averaging 8 a game.
I assume Petty thought right now is the time for her to come in and shine.
Yeah, you know, the Mustangs are on a good run here. Still down by 1, but it's real early. Put in your leading score and get up by a few. We see this double team put on by the Mustangs defense. You know, Petty in practice, you know, this is the second meeting of the Bengals and the Mustangs. So he looked at his notes and saw that maybe the double team would be an effective defensive choice. And it looks like it's working so far.
Yeah, they're definitely showing their dominance at home, showing that they don't want any baskets scored on them.
Baker gets it in the corner and double team's put on again. As Johnson runs the point, looking for a pass. Good defense. Baker kicks it out to the key. Good defense by the Mustangs. The ball will stay with the Bengals.
You were talking about foul trouble before, and the Middle Creek Mustangs already have 3 team fouls, and the Bengals haven't even showed any. So it's very interesting on how they're starting off their game against them.
I mean, you always want to play aggressive, but there's a certain level of aggressiveness you have to use. Good drive by number 23, Carissa Johnson, to put the Bengals up by 3 here early in this game. There's a steal by Johnson. Looks up the floor to Baker, and the easy 2 on the fast break. I think now would probably be a good time for a timeout. You know, settle down the offense, put in a defensive drive for this fast break. Courtney Latham jacks up a 3, and it's good. No missed 3s in today's game. We've got 2 from each side. Baker runs it up the court, trying to call a play for the Bengal offense. Johnson gets it on the wing, drives, puts it up, and it's off. Rebound by Mary Johnson. Latham brings it up the court, looking for a lane, but denied by Baker. Johnson with the pump fake, dumps it into McCoy, and it's off the rim. Rebound by Baker. She looks to push up the court, slows it up. Johnson and Baker playing a little pitch and catch here, trying to get something started. Maybe just looking to, Baker with the long 3, and it's an air ball. Certainly not the best shot selection the Bengals wanted.
No, they're only winning by 2, so you want to take smart shots so you can keep your win.
She was way out there.
Yes, she was really outside.
I mean, maybe no pass, but you know, with no pass, you kind of just, you know, there's no shot clock, so just take your time and just draw it out and wait for something to develop.
They're definitely rushing the ball a lot just to get the lead scoring going on.
Trap put on. Johnson turns it over, tries to dump it down in the post to Smith, but no lane for her to pass into. Baker bringing it up the court, calling a play for the Bengal offense. Johnson on the wing, dumps it down low, and there's a turnover. Loose ball. Bengals recover. Looks like Camille Baker and Carissa Johnson are the Bengal leaders in order of offense. You know, they keep giving the passes to each other. So Baker was looking for a foul on that drive, but no whistle blown. Courtney Latham running the point for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and she's showing her leadership as being the lead scorer right now for the game.
Yeah, that's another 3 by her. 5 total in the game. 5 for 5. Both teams shooting 100% from the line, or from the 3-point line.
Yeah, right now she's got 8 points for the Mustangs, so she's really showing that she's the leader right now.
Yeah, we got Mike over here doing color and double duty on stats, so he'll be keeping me informed on what each team has as far as scoring. There's another turnover by the Mustangs. Couldn't handle the dribble there. Courtney Latham turns it over. Mustangs back on defense with some changes. Three put up, and it's off the back of the rim, rebounded by Ashley Schink, who dumps it down to Sydney Smith, puts it up, and it's good. That's certainly the style of offense that the Mustangs need to keep throughout this game. Running the ball, getting it down low for the easy points. You don't want to go for the hard threes, as we see. They're doing well from the arc, but those 2-point layups are certainly more of an easy shot.
Especially with no shot clock, so they have the time to really get a good shot going.
Here in the closing seconds of the first quarter, Mustangs up by 3. There's another turnover from the Bengals. Mustangs look to push. Long pass to Johnston. Shoots up the 3, and it's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by the Bengals. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Shot thrown up, and it's off. And they're going to hold it to end this quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Mustangs lead by 3, 15-12. We're going to take it down to Kelsey Barbario for some first quarter wrap-ups.
The scores of the first quarter were very close. Fuquay's Camille Baker, number 12, led her team. Courtney Latham, number 11, helped the Mustangs keep the score close. The rest of the game should be a tight race. Back to you.
Thank you, Kelsey. The turnovers have been adding up. Fouls have been adding up. As you said, Mustangs have 3 to Bengals 0. So, they really, in the last couple minutes, they didn't foul as much. So Petty must have said something to them in a timeout to limit the fouls.
Yeah, told them to play a smarter game so they don't foul out as easy as the last game.
Yeah, you can certainly play effective defense without fouling. Some people think you need to play aggressive, tight to your man, but you can play effective defense with no fouls.
Exactly.
Vanessa Pitts already has 2 tonight, so she's going to look to keep those to a minimum. You only get 5, so she's got 3 more in the bank that she can afford. So the start of this second quarter, Bengals start with the ball. Camille Baker brings it up, looking for an open pass. Just gives it to Johnson up top. Johnson dribbles in, looking for a pass. Baker dumps it down low. Loose ball, controlled by Justice White. Ashley Schink in the corner. Pulls it back out, gives it to Latham. Trading places. Back out to Schink. Johnson drives in. Loose ball. And it's off Johnson, which will give Bengals control of this ball.
Both teams are definitely showing their rivalry, playing really tough with a close scoring game.
Yeah, crosstown rivals, Fuquay and Middle Creek. Our boys varsity is over there playing tonight, so we'll try to get you some updates from that game. But here, yeah, it's such a tight game here early, and that's really what you want to see. Rebound by Sydney Smith, and a foul called. Yeah, it looks like a foul called on. Not sure who the foul was called on. So the Mustangs.
It's called on Fuquay's number 40.
Number 40, okay. we don't have her on the stat sheet. So another turnover by Middle Creek as Johnson brings it up the floor. Johnson and Baker switching off point guard duties. They kind of double duty whoever gets the ball. Loose ball covered by Sydney Smith. They give it to Latham to run the point. Long pass to Justice White. Dump down low to Smith. Puts it up, off. And rebound cannot be controlled by the Mustangs as they're, I think it hit off Courtney Latham to go out of bounds and give the Bengals the ball back. Baker running point. Shoots a three, and it's good. She's 3 for 4 on the night. Shank dumps it down low, and it's tipped. Johnson with the ball. Long pass up to Baker, who shoots up another three, and it's off. Johnson's just going to let it go out of bounds. Smart move by her, boxing out and giving the Mustangs the ball back on that. I don't want to say bad shot, but not the greatest shot selection, as she could have dumped it down low. There was somebody open down there, and we've seen 2 NBA-style threes.
Yeah, again, take your time because you don't have a shot clock, so you have all the time in the world down there, and to get a good shot off, those are the points that count.
And there's Justice White powering her way down low, getting the rebound and putting it up for 2. Now she's a guard going down there, getting big down low and showing her presence in the post position. There's a dump down low to Fuquay's number 40 and a foul called on number 15, Sydney Smith. That's her first of the game. We'll await 2 shots by number 40. A little confusion on the court. Not sure if there's a shooting foul or the foul is on the floor. Looks like the foul will be on the floor. So an inbounds play coming from Middle Creek. Excuse me, Bengals. Turnover. Courtney Latham pushes it up the court looking for this fast break. Sydney Smith down low, kicks it to Shink. Back out to Latham. Justice White with the pump fake, and she's called for the walk. Maybe it looks like she slipped coming off the pump fake, but it was a great pump fake to get her open, but I guess she slipped, and ref saw it and called a walk. We got Fuquay bringing it up. About 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here. Middle Creek up by 2. Still such a close game. That's what we want to see here. Great game put on. Don't really want to see a blowout. No fun to watch.
No, not at all.
We just got done with the JV game. They won by 20 plus.
That was definitely a blowout right there.
Yeah, but I mean it's great for the girls to come off that kind of win and come back next game and notice that though they can put up that amount of points.
Fuquay is definitely shooting a lot of threes this game. Definitely want to get those points up there.
And a strong pass knocked out of bounds by Carissa Johnson, giving the Mustangs possession. Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams, if you have shooters, we see Camille Baker here with, she's 3 out of 5 from the line, or from the arc, rather. So, if you can shoot, put them up, but you got to make them if you're going to shoot that much. And an offensive foul called on the Mustangs. Sydney Smith charged with her second foul of the game. So now we have Smith and Pitts fouled with 2. So they need to limit those, cut those down, and so they can stay in the game. And Coach Petty brings out Sydney Smith and puts in number 30, Jessica McCoy. Baker getting her playoff for the Bengals.
And it's definitely tough for Middle Creek with their 2 main point guards out on an injury. So you had to put someone else in the spot so they could show that they're eligible to play that position as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a downer for the offense, having your 2 2 point guards out and one being your leading scorer. So, that's that can kind of get in your head, but they just got to play through it and play their position well. Once again, Justice White being strong down there, getting the rebound and getting out to Latham. She's going to get it on the wing, looking for Latham to run the point, get a playoff. Shink dumps it down low to Pittman. And a hard foul by the Bengals. I believe it was on number 20, Tierra Baker.
That is the Bengals' second team foul of the game. And Middle Creek with their 5.
Only 2 here in 2 quarters. So, they're not as aggressive as Middle Creek in the defensive end. The first shot by McCoy is off the mark as we get Mary Johnson subbing in for number 11, Courtney Latham, who has been in for 1.5 quarters, so she definitely needs a breather. McCoy's second shot drops, putting the Mustangs up by 3 with 3 minutes left here in the first half. Tierra Baker to Camille Baker. She looks for an open Bengal. And a little miscommunication on that play with a bad pass which goes out of bounds, giving the Mustangs possession of the ball with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Johnston running point. Passes to Shink on the wing, back to Johnson. She's going to take her time and set up the offense. Middle Creek running the same exact play the Bengals just ran. McCoy to Johnston. White on the wing, dumps it down low to McCoy, to Pittman, and that is 2 points for Kimmy Pittman. That is a very effective offensive run right there. Working the ball around, getting it down low for another easy 2 points, which is showing to be the Middle Creek's top offensive run. And that's another long three-point shot off the back of the rim for Camille Baker. Shank dumps it down low. Pittman long pass to Johnston. Thinks about the shot, but draws back out. White in the corner, looking down low to McCoy, but can't get the pass off. Shank on the wing. Johnson jacks up 3 from the top of the key. It's off. Kimmy Pittman with the rebound, and the putback is good for another 2 points for Kimmy Pittman. And a timeout taken by Fuquay. Crashing the boards there, offensively getting those offensive rebounds is that how you're going to get your points. We see Fuquay kind of throwing up shots in desperation now. We've seen 2 NBA-style threes from Camille Baker, and when I say NBA-style threes, I mean she's a good 4 or 5 feet off the three-point line. So I mean, if she has confidence to make those, I urge her to take those shots. But she's had 3 drop tonight. She's 50% from the line. So the Mustangs with a very more effective offensive approach, passing the ball around, dumping it down low. The first look is down low. If they can't get that off, then they'll kick it back out and reset the offense. We see Latham hitting some big threes here early. So, the Mustangs might be looking to get her the ball, take a good shot.
Yeah, and passing it around definitely shows in here, because you got 6 Mustangs have points up on the board, and you only have 3 Bengals shooting, and they're all just shooting threes and hoping to get lucky.
Yeah, Latham with 2 big threes has 8 points in the game, so she'll definitely be looking to get the ball in the second half. So Baker to Baker, passing it down. Baker with the shot off the mark. Justice White with another rebound, her 3rd of the game. She runs it up court, and a foul called by Tierra Baker. on the floor for the Bengals, we got Camille Baker and Tierra Baker. So that can get a little bit confusing as Tierra Baker comes off. Jones Robinson replacing her. Shank taking on the point guard duties for the Mustangs. Passes it to the wing to Justice White. Down low to Scott. And it's off Middle Creek. Not sure about that one, but I guess Kimmy Pittman hit the ball away as the Mustangs turn the ball over again. So Carissa Johnson bringing it up the court. Mustangs in a 2-3 defense. Baker on the wing, double teamed. Down low to 40. Puts it up and it's no good. Gets a run rebound off the mark once again. Justice White pushing it hard up the court. Pittman hands it to Johnston. Back to White. Pump fakes. Drives it down. Puts up a shot. And it goes, but they're going to call a travel before the shot was off. That's 2 travels called on her, so she's going to have to fix what she's doing wrong here in the half. And a half-court heave is off the mark for the Fuquay Bengals. Mustangs leading 22-15 here at halftime. And you're watching the Sports Block. We're going to take a quick break. welcome back. You're watching the Sports Block. Here about to start the second half of play. We're going to take it down to Kelsey Barbario as she has Lauren Cesare standing by for an interview.
We're currently here with Lauren Cesare, a Middle Creek student who is currently out of the game on injury. So Lauren, what do you think you need to do to win this game?
I think right now we just need to stay on our defensive game, and we need to cut off because they are taking the outside shots. As long as we stay on that, we'll be fine. So,
how do you feel about the outcome? We're winning, but it's not by very much.
I think right now we're playing really well because we have 3 players who are out, 2 who are injured, and I think right now this is a test of us coming together, and I think we're doing great so far. So,
thank you, Lauren. Back to you.
All right, thank you guys. We have some first half stats for you guys. For Middle Creek, we got Courtney Latham leading the Mustangs with 8 points, Kimberly Pittman with 4, and Mary Johnson with 3.
And for Fuquay, you got Camille Baker with 9 points, Tiara Baker with 6 points, and Carissa Johnson with 3 points.
So, you see Camille Baker with 9, and all of her points have come off threes. So, like Lauren said in the interview, if they just keep guarding the threes, I think they should be fine because we've seen a couple, kind of desperation threes jacked up by her. If they stay on guard with that, it should be fine. So as the Mustangs start the second half of play, Vanessa Pitts gets a pass down low and gets a quick bucket. That's Vanessa Pitts, number 40, with her first points of the game. Camille Baker again doing the point guarding duties for the Bengals. Her and Johnson are switching off a bit. Baker looking for a pass, wings it to Tiara Baker. Camille guarded by Pittman. And a pass gone out of bounds by Fuquay, giving the Mustangs the ball. Courtney Latham gets the inbound from Johnson. Fuquay with a full court press. The Mustangs break it as Kimmy Pittman drives, and a kick ball by the Bengals, keeping the ball to the Mustangs. And we have a quick update from the boys varsity over at Fuquay. They are leading 42-20 at the end of the first half, so we'll keep you updated throughout the game as there's a turnover by Middle Creek. Johnson with a pump fake on Johnston. He's trapped in the corner, out to Baker. Tough pass, but she gets it. Pulls the ball out, looking. Johnson takes it down low, guarded by Pitts. Baker with another 3, and it's blocked by Courtney Latham as she sees a pass up court and gets it for an easy layup for 2. That's certainly how you want to run the fast break. Get an easy block and then just be wide open down the court for an easy layup. Fuquay needs to guard that fast break by the Mustangs. We've seen it throughout the season. Kimmy Pittman gets a block on number 40. Latham pushes it up, gives it to Pittman. Pass back out to Latham.
You would think they learn from their mistakes with shooting threes in the first half. They shoot 2 threes in the second half and get blocked twice. So.
And Vanessa Pitts is fouled and gets the bucket to go. She's going to go to the line for 2 shots. 1 shot.
And Vanessa Pitt misses for the foul shot.
Camille Baker running the ball up the court, dumps it off to Johnson. Guarded heavily by Johnson, number 33 for the Mustangs. They double team Camille. She gives a long court pass. Johnson takes it in for an easy layup. Cutting the lead to 9 here with about 5 minutes left. Johnson with a good dump to McCoy. Baker gets the easy layup to go. Putting on some shifty moves as Pittman was trying to draw the charge. And there's a foul on number 40 for the Fuquay Bengals. That's going to be Fuquay's second team foul to Middle Creek's none. And we saw Middle Creek in the first half racking up the fouls and coming in to this game with none. And there's Johnson for the three-point shot, her second of the night. Baker bringing it up the floor. Dumps it down low to, rejected by number 40, Vanessa Pitts. Big block from her. We saw last game against Apex, she had 3 blocks in the game, along with Jasmine Shaw, also with 3 blocks. So Middle Creek looking to be more defensive than offensive tonight as Mary Johnson steals the ball. Latham gets a layup to go. And defense is converted into offense. So with that open court steal, 2-on-1 break, Latham gets a good layup. Latham's harassing Baker on the defensive end. She looks to drive, but is denied by Johnson. She drives and is fouled by number 30, Jessica McCoy. That foul's on the floor, and that's Middle Creek's first team foul. So Fuquay will inbound the ball. Baker looking for an open Bengal. It's out of bounds on Middle Creek. Fuquay remains with the ball. Substitution, Johnson in for the Bengals. Baker with a long 3, and the bank is good. She found a spark. Long pass by Latham. Mary Johnson couldn't quite get high enough to get the pass. Fuquay's gonna take it up the court here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Middle Creek up by 11. Johnson running point. She looks for a lane. A screen put on, and she airballs the 3, and Kimmy Pittman just lets it go out of bounds. Smart play by her, not touching the ball and getting a costly turnover.
Yeah, and Courtney Latham is definitely showing that she's willing to play that position with 12 points today's game.
She falls on the loose ball, and Coach Petty taking the smart timeout so Latham doesn't get called for a walk. But yeah, as you were saying, Latham really has to step up and show her ability to play the point guard position. You know, Betsy Doerr's out for another 5 days. You know, coming up on exams for us, they won't be having many games, so that'll give Betsy Doerr some time to recover from her concussion and get back out on the floor. But I think it's showing Coach Petty that Courtney does have the ability to play that, so you know you can switch out with her.
Yeah, he has a little wiggle room just in case another injury happens.
Yeah, and you know, Lauren Cesare said that she's out for another 2 weeks with that MCL sprain. So I think
luckily she won't miss much games with the exams.
Yeah.
In the next week, so.
Yeah, Betsy Doerr and even Ashley Schenk and Latham can run the point guard position. As there's some wet spot on the floor. Coaches get that cleaned up. Latham thought about the 3, but kicks it to Johnson in the corner, and she takes a 3, and it's good. Her third 3 of the game. With that 3, Johnston has 9 points here in this game. There's a foul called on number 11, Courtney Latham, with a push. Her first. Still only the second team foul, so Fuquay will inbound from the side. Johnson looks to Baker. Back to Johnson. She dumps it down low, kicks it back out. 3's off. Rebounded by Kimmy Pittman. Latham breaks the double team, giving it to White. Dumps it down low to Pitts. She puts it up. Doesn't fall, but Johnson mans the rebound and puts it up for 2 points. It's 11 for her. Camille Baker looks to drive, and it's off the Fuquay Bengals. So yeah, Mary Johnston, averaging under 5 points a game, having 11 tonight. That's big for her confidence boost. As Sydney Smith passes it to Johnson, and she takes another 3, and it's nothing but net. She's feeling the fire from the 3-point arc as she gives out a lovely scream, firing up her team. She's certainly fired up. That's a big confidence builder to come up and hit 4 threes in a row. That's gonna put her at 14 points on the night.
And you got Courtney Latham and Mary Johnston with 2 high-scoring games. You have Courtney; she averages 5.5 points per game, and as you said before, Mary at 4.5. So it's definitely a big energy boost, and for the Petty, definitely to show that his team came out to play today.
Yeah, Petty's probably feeling kind of down with some costly injuries, but with these bench players coming in and showing their rank, he's probably can sit back in his chair here with a big lead and just kind of relax and say, they got it, which is good for a coach. He doesn't want to be over there frustrated, worrying about the game. You see here with 1:50 left in the third, Middle Creek up 41-22. So that's a big lead in basketball. So he can just kind of sit back and let his team do what they need to do.
Definitely not a lot of problems. I mean, first half they had a few fouls, but they're definitely smartening up the second half with less fouls, as you can see, with 2 team fouls this half so far.
Once again, another update from the Fuquay Middle Creek boys varsity game. At the end of the third quarter, the Middle Creek Mustangs lead 53-32. So girls and guys up by a good margin on the Bengals. Pitts gives it to White. She looks to drive, and there's a kickball, but out of bounds anyway on the Bengals. The inbounds play goes to Sydney Smith for an easy layup. Baker's double teamed. Gives it to Johnson and is blocked again. That's 3 in a row blocked by the Mustangs.
She was definitely looking for that foul at the ref for the shooting foul, but it didn't come out.
Ashley Shink dumps it down low to Sydney Smith, puts on a good move for another 2 points. That's 4 for her on the game. As Tiara Baker looks for a pass down low, it's off. Johnson with a 2-point shot off. Loose ball. Baker gets it out and stolen by Ashley Shink. Another loose ball, kicks it up to Mary Johnston, looks at Sydney Smith running, and her shot's hard off the rim. Baker on the drive. Ooh, that's a foul, but looks like all ball to me.
And it was definitely close.
Pitt's not happy with that call. And maybe she got her with the body before the block, but definitely not happy with that call. Camille Baker will take on 2 shots. First shot is good with the shooter's touch off the back of the rim. Jasmine Scott subs in for Vanessa Pitts as she goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Baker's second shot, nothing but net. And with that turnover, not going to be of a matter as the third quarter comes to an end. Middle Creek leading 45-26.
Held the lead through the third quarter. Many of the players have had very few breaks and their exhaustion is visible. A win has not been guaranteed for either team, so whichever team can push through their fatigue, the best will become the winner. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Kelsey. Couldn't have said it better myself. So we, as we come into the fourth quarter, Middle Creek has got a comfortable lead on the Bengals. The Bengals are putting on a good full court pressure, but the Middle Creek offense, they're getting some open looks and getting the easy pass.
Yeah, you got Mary Johnson, score leader right now with 14, and then you got Courtney Latham with 12. And for Fuquay, you got Camille Baker with 11, and Tiara Baker with 6.
Yeah, Johnson and Latham are non-starters. Both started tonight, so they're certainly building confidence.
And showing Petty that they could maybe start a few games in the season.
Baker swings it on the arc. Tiara Baker, guarded by Johnson, backs off. Sydney Smith takes Johnson down low. She puts up an awkward shot and gets the foul. Sydney Smith, her third of the game. So Johnson will take on 2 shots here. First shot is off the rim. And Courtney Latham subs in for Mary Johnson. Johnson's second shot is up, and it's good. Taking this lead for the Mustangs to 18 now. Scott is called for a walk. Looks like she only took 1 step to me.
I would say the same thing. It didn't look like a walk to me.
So as Baker brings it up the floor, getting the play from her coach. She looks to drive, gets it down low to 40, and it's up and good. So Latham looks to get it across the timeline. White down low to Scott. Loose ball controlled by Fuquay. They look up. Baker is fouled by Justice White. Once again, all ball. Not sure what the referees are seeing. As the foul is called kind of late too, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that's Middle Creek's 15th foul.
Baker's first shot rings around the rim and is off the mark. Kimmy Pittman is going to sub in for Jasmine Scott. Baker's second shot is up and off the rim, in and out. Latham takes it up the floor, trying to break the press. Little give and go. Shink looks for White, who drives, puts up a shot, fouled, and one. Kind of a awkward shot put up. looking for a shooting foul and got it to go.
Definitely worked out in their favor from the foul from before.
Justice White on to take one shot. It's up and short off the front of the rim, but offensive rebound by Pittman. Another offensive rebound. Sydney Smith gets it to go. Once again, I say the offensive rebounds, that's what gets more points for teams. As Baker pulls it out for a 3, and it's airballed. Rebounded by Sydney Smith. Latham up to Shink. You know, Shink's one of our better three-point shooters, and we haven't seen her take any threes tonight. And Justice White runs into Fuquay's 40, but it's called for the walk before. Petty not happy with that call, wanted a foul, but Justice White called for the walk. She indeed did walk, but I mean that's a hard foul. You can't really pass up the call.
Yeah, it looks like it knocked the wind out of her for a little bit. You know, Petty told her, you know, take a breather and stuff, sit down for a few minutes.
Fuquay's gonna let the ball roll. As Johnson heaves up a 3, it's off. Rebounded by Fuquay, and it's a foul on Kimmy Pittman, and one. Number 40 gets it to go. She's coming to the line with 6 points, looking to get her 7th here on this free throw. And it's way short. You know, she kind of laughs that one off. Never really want to see an air ball on a free throw. It's the second easiest shot in the game, but she'll recover from that. So Latham gets it, driving in, give and go to Sydney Smith. It's up and no good. Fighting for the rebound. Smith gets it, kicks it out to Latham, who swings it to Shink. Back to Latham. Down low to Pittman. It's up, off the mark. Sydney Smith with another rebound, and she's fouled. You know, Sydney Smith just racking up the rebounds tonight, offensively and defensively. So she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
She's on the line with 6 points tonight. Being the team lead, you know, wants to get more points, so you'd be up there with Mary Johnston.
And that first shot is good. Fuquay's number 40 takes a seat on the bench with her 4th foul. So we might not see her anymore throughout the game. She's only got 1 more foul to give. Sydney Smith takes a 2nd shot, and it's nothing but net. Pushing the lead to 20 points for the Mustangs with 5:30 left in this game. Down low, that's number 35, Jessie Morgan, seeing her first points of the game. Shank hits the cutting Smith. Layups off, and the ball will stay with Middle Creek. Certainly a good play, just couldn't get the shot to go. Latham gets it in the corner, puts up a 3, off, rebounded by Hunter Keeler. It's a jump ball. Kimmy Pittman getting the jump ball call, and the possession arrow points to the Mustangs. So that's certainly a good play, getting the tie up and getting the ball back after a missed shot. Dump down low to Smith, up, rings around the rim, and it's good. Giving her 11 points on the night. So she's up there with Johnson and Latham for the leading scorers, as Carissa Johnson takes it in for a layup. Shank thought about pulling up for the 3. Instead, Pittman gives it back to Shank. Thought about the shot, kicks it to Latham for 3, off the mark. Smith with another rebound. Pittman drives it down low, puts up a runner, off. Rebounded by Fuquay, as there's a foul on Sydney Smith, I believe. You know, you can't really call a foul there when you have so many players scrapping for the ball. But Sydney Smith does get called for the foul, her 4th of the game. So Petty will sub in McCoy for Smith. You know, it's certainly not a bad foul. they were all going for the ball, so the foul could have been on anybody. Just the luck didn't turn in her favor.
Yeah, that puts Middle Creek with 17 fouls.
Fuqua on for a 1-and-1. First shot is off, rebounded by Pittman as she looks for a guard to get to. Latham up the court to Johnson, little long. She races to save it and slams into the door. You never want to see that. Great hustle play, but she's back on it, running down the court with a smile on her face. She's certainly going to be feeling that one tomorrow. That was a hard run-in with that door down there at the end of the court. That's great for her to just take off running down the court.
Definitely shows enthusiasm, getting that easy bucket.
Very long three by Baker, almost at the red line on the volleyball court. Couldn't get it to go. As Tierra Baker looks for Johnson driving, puts up a runner, no good. Looking for a shot. Camille Baker pump fakes, drives low, shots up, no good. Rebounded by McCoy, and it's off her foot. Ball stays with the Bengals. And Johnson's going to come out of the game, get tended to by the sports med staff, sees if she's all right. She looks to be good. She's giving high fives to their teammates. Baker drives, pulls it back out, shoots a two. It's off the backboard and good. Long pass up to Schink. She dumps it down to McCoy. You know, she's been given a lot of those passes down low to the cutter, but she can't make that pass when she's covered like that. Johnson gets it and drives, puts up a shot, blocked by Vanessa Pitts, but she recovers the ball. Baker throws up an awkward shot, not getting it to go. And a timeout taken by the Mustangs. Good timeout taken by Petty. Pittman couldn't find a Mustang to pass to, so just get a timeout so you can reset. You know, Fuqua's probably going to run the full court. They're down by a good margin, so maybe a full court press put on so they can retain the ball and get some quick scores. But you know, you got 3:20 left. I mean, it's kind of out of reach from here, but crazier things have happened.
Yeah, you know, it's probably the smart thing not to take those 3 shots and just try to drive hard, get those easy twos, and you know they'll add up. So you might get up there.
Yeah, you know, we've seen the Mustangs putting on 53 points in this game, and you know, about a fourth of the points are coming from threes, but they're all getting their points down low, getting the offensive rebounds, putting up good shots. You know, I've seen a new play put in from the Mustangs. They're getting it to a wing and then sending a post cutter and getting the easy layup.
It definitely showed that they're going for layups. Mary trying to get the ball but running into the door. You know, it shows that they're trying to get those easy layups down.
Yeah, you know, the Mustangs on the season average 46 points a game. So, you know, they've already broke that tonight here with still 3 minutes left. As Justice White is going to take it all the way down, throws up a layup off. Vanessa Pitts gets another offensive rebound, puts it up, off. And Fuqua maintains the ball as Camille Baker looks to push up. Guarded by Latham. Johnson shoots a 3. It's good. And Fuqua with a timeout, trying to conserve some time. Cuts the lead to 13. So Fuqua kind of drawing back here in the final minutes of this fourth. So, you know, Lauren said in her interview they're just going to keep taking threes, and then the Mustangs know that they're going to continuously take threes as they're down to kind of draw back in the game. You know, and Camille Baker, leading scorer for the Bengals, has hit some important threes, and there Carissa Johnson hitting that big 3 to cut it to 13. So Fuqua is certainly not out of this game, but you want to see the good offense by Middle Creek. Just keep playing how they play and just get some good points. As Pitts takes it all the way, pulls up off the mark, and it's off Fuquay. Mustangs will keep the ball. And the last update we have for Middle Creek's boys varsity over at Fuquay, they take home the victory, winning 64-39. So out of two meetings, Middle Creek blowing out another Fuquay Bengal basketball team. We'll see if our girls can get it done tonight. Justice Scott takes in a wide open lane. Justice White, rather, takes in a wide open lane for an easy two. Baker takes a long three off the front of the rim. Courtney Latham looking for somebody to pass to as Baker harasses her. Latham takes it in, and there's a kick ball. Kick ball by Johnson. Came back and caught Latham on the head. Don't want to see that. We've seen a lot of concussions here. Ashley Schenk came back about 2 weeks ago from a concussion, and now Betsy Dorr has a concussion. So we don't want to see any of those headshots. So Latham gets the ball out, dumping it down low. Johnson to Pittman. White kicks it back out to Latham, maybe trying to just keep some time off the clock as they're just swinging it around the top.
I mean, they have no shot clock, so they're just going to, burn the clock for their victory.
And Pitts using her strong post ability to get an easy pull-up jump shot to go. Justice White playing great defense. Loose ball. Mary Johnson gets it, and it's off Camille Baker. Mustangs will take the ball. Johnson still looking at that wrist, maybe tweaked it running into the door down there. But Pittman guarded, dumps it down to Pitts. Post move once again, gets up, and it's good. Almost the exact same move she just used. So the Mustangs taking it to 19. Just kind of lets her go with a minute left, not trying to draw a foul, just letting the clock run. It's Justice White pulls it back. Just playing some pitch and catch with the guards around the top. And there's a foul by Fuquay. I think with 43 seconds left, a foul's not really a going to be a game changer. Latham to Pitts, can't handle the pass. She recovers the ball. And Pittman just holds the ball, running some time off. Pitts takes it down low. Layups off. And the loose ball goes to Fuquay. Not a great shot by Pitts. You don't need any more points as of now. They just need to work the ball around the top. Fuquay is obviously trying to foul, so just get it to Latham or Johnson, who have been the top shooters in this game. And Camille Baker with a long three, cutting the lead to 14. So Fuquay's not trying to lose big. They've been lingering around 13, 14, 15 points. Right here, 14 points with 19 seconds left. The coach is probably telling them to foul, but as of now, it's kind of too little, too late.
Yeah, with 19 seconds left, you just gotta hope and pray that something big happens.
Yeah, I'm sure the full court press is never out of contingency. So, you can run that, hope for some turnovers, but a foul, as well as Middle Creek has been shooting tonight, is probably not the best bet.
And they're down too much to really make a big turnaround in 19 seconds.
So yeah, Mustangs are gonna run full court press. as Johnston sees Latham in the corner. She's fouled by Camille Baker. And that's the 6th team foul by the Bengals, so they have one more until Middle Creek goes to the line for 1-1. Justice White wide open for the layup, putting Middle Creek up 16 with 9 seconds left. Johnson pulls back for a 3. It's off, and Johnson gives it to Latham, just looking to hold the ball, and that's the game for the Mustangs with a big win here, kicking the Bengals out of Mustang Town with a big win of 16 points. And there's, we saw the JV girls, varsity girls, and varsity boys with big wins over the Bengals basketball program. So certainly big confidence builder for the Mustangs tonight, with our 2 stars out, giving good confidence boosts to Latham and Johnston coming in being the leading scorers.
Definitely for the school, with all 4 wins like that, a big rivalry, and taking them out looks good on us.
Absolutely. We're gonna take a quick break and come back with some post-season or post-game stats rather. You're watching the Sports Block, and we'll be right back. And welcome back, as we just witnessed a big blowout win by the girls varsity Mustang team. I'm going to kick it to Mike Calderaldi for some post-game stats.
Oddly enough, with this big victory, the Mustangs scored 61 points, and Fuquay averages allowed 62. And Fuquay scored 45, and their average point scored is a 46.
Yeah, that's it's kind of ironic in a way, but yet they live up to their stat sheet. We saw some great play from Baker and Johnson for the Bengals. Kind of the focus was around them as their leading scorers, and the Mustangs kind of focused on their guard play also, with Latham and Johnson scoring some big threes, and the boys varsity having another big win on Fuquay. And we're back in a couple weeks as we have exams, and you're watching the Sports Block, and we're out.